Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope you all are doing extremely well. So today we have Surya with us. Surya has been placed in Infosys and currently working as a system engineer at Infosys. So today he is here on our YouTube channel to share his interview experience, at how he prepared and what sort of strategy he followed, everything from the written down to the interview itself. So definitely this interview experience is going to be helpful for you. Make sure to watch the complete video. But before proceeding further, if you haven't subscribed our channel till now, make sure to subscribe. Be a part of our Telegram channel as well. So yeah, thank you so much, Surya, for coming on our platform and sharing your interview experience. So now I'm giving the floor to you. You can start with your introduction.
Okay, it's a good introduction about me, Soumya. It's a pleasure to me have in this meet and to share my experience to my future Infosys. Okay, let me tell myself uh, my experience and my background. And my name is Surya, as you said, and I was from Chennai. I did my engineering in Chennai itself. My major was aeronautical engineering, and I passed out in the year 2020. In my college days, I was placed in Infosys. Almost it around 2 years back, I was placed in Infosys. At the time, it was on-campus based process, but the process is the same. Like what the people who are appearing now in virtual mode, the same. Like as we are talking now in a video mode, we'll be having in a room based. HR will be sitting opposite to me. Likewise, and the technical round will be the same. Separately, we have been placing in our home or somewhere else. In my college time, I was with my 20 to 30 people who are appearing for the same first round and the second technical round, around 10 people in the same room. Likewise, they will be having, and I
So
would say
Surya,
how. Yeah,
yeah, we'll be
you can
coming to that interview experience part later further. But before this, we'll like to know. So it has been how many months since you are working in the Infosys?
Okay, it is around 6 months. I got placed. I joined in the month of May, in the mid
Okay,
of May,
so
around.
okay then.
Yes.
So as you mentioned that it was on campus for you, then can you please mention that how many quickly we'll be discussing about your online assessment. So how many rounds were, like how many sections were there in the online assessment, and like what
Okay.
is the resources you followed, because that is definitely going to be very helpful for our audience.
Uh, as you asked for me, there are three rounds. First round is about our ability test. Likewise, I would say ability test means we'll be having reasoning, and first one is reasoning, numerical ability, and verbal ability. Again, we'll be having Sudoku and a small kind of programming based one mark objective based questions, and also we'll be having some more types of puzzle based programming questions, and we need to actually we need to get a particular mark in each division so that they can make us to go to the next level,
Okay, so you
and
want to
also
mention here.
overall.
Yeah. So you are saying that there were verbal ability round, reasoning round, puzzle, and pseudo code. And for this, there was a sectional cutoff. For every section, there was a cutoff, or it's just overall cutoff?
No, it is compulsory for you. We need to get we have to get knowledge in all the thing so that
Okay,
only
so
we
there was
can.
sectional cutoff. Okay, okay.
It's good.
So what? Yeah. So what are the resources you followed? Any book or any resources that would be helpful for the students they can follow?
I would I would say that there are plenty of YouTube videos for aptitude and reasoning. Before starting with that, I would say you can follow R.S. Agarwal, or for verbal you can get same kind of publication from Harian publication books. It will be useful for you not only for getting place in an IT based company, but also for public service examination also it will be useful. And also for the programming based one, we can have we need to get a knowledge in some of the basic programming language. Likewise, we can have C or C++, Java itself. I'm not saying that you need to get deep knowledge, like you have to get the definitions for a data object, polymorphism. Likewise, these kind of questions will be asked in the final round also, and these kind of questions will be asked in an objective based way for the first round. And also for the puzzles, it's similar in the easy way. The basic puzzles will be asked, and also the puzzles would be some kind of manipulation work like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division kind of thing.
Okay.
And pseudocode also it's same way. Pseudocode is something
Like it's like
the
a
layman.
output based question, right?
Yes,
Just they are not
pseudocode
gonna
is
get.
some. Yeah, pseudocode is something the layman explain. The layman also can able to understand the programming the better way.
Definitely.
So a person who have the ability to explain the program what he have done, the pseudocode is more. It is not the thing also. It is not that much the
Yes,
tough
yes.
one for a
Yeah,
person to
understood.
make.
Okay, so yeah, so what I'm getting from Surya is that all the sections were kind of easy to medium level, and obviously it's all about practice. And definitely the books you mentioned, yes, they are definitely amazing, like as R.S. Agrawal for aptitude and other books for verbability and other sections. So you can follow them as well. And again, the thing is, you have to be consistent, you have to put efforts. There are so many YouTube videos itself available on our channel and on different channels as well, right? So utilize them, put your efforts. As you can see, Surya is from non-CS or like non-IT background. So according to you, Surya, like as you're from a non-IT background, so how much knowledge of programming and all programming is like a kind of thing, like sometimes it's a problem for non-IT background student of programming and coding. So how much knowledge was required for you to get placed in Infosys as you are from a non-IT background?
I would say programming is more important, but for people who are from CS and triple based students, they got some knowledge. But for mechanical based or civil based department, and also I'm from aeronautical department, those people need to get some knowledge. I would say they can have some preparation for almost 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
for every day
basic
they just
knowledge,
spend
uh,
yes,
okay, yeah. So
almost
basic
1 hour
knowledge you
every
should have.
day. Yeah,
Okay. So yes, basic knowledge. See, they already know. Companies know that you are not from a IT or CS background, so they are not expecting very high from you. But basic knowledge you should have, like as he mentioned, Surya mentioned about the programming language, like at least one programming language you should be aware of about the basic related to that particular language. So they're going to ask basics only. Well, we'll be further exploring about many things like as the interview and all. So let's quickly come to your technical interview. So what kind of questions were asked, and uh, how would you rate it? Like it was difficult or like medium and all these things. So let's start with your technical round.
uh, the person who are questioning us also know that the standard of our medium or our department, how much knowledge that we can able to get from the past 4 years of study, and they used to ask that level of questions. I would say for non-CS people, the level will be very medium, lower to medium. Like we need to have just we can make a note to a couple of pages, just a couple of pages we can have a definition, we just mug up or something, we can have a clear cut idea about that explanation. It's okay for us for to clear the technical ground, and also we don't have to make a note of a wrong information in our resume that I
Definitely,
know this
definitely.
language. This is the
Yes,
definite thing that we need to know, because just 20 to 25 seconds the HR going to review our resume or a CV. At that time, if they find out that we have some knowledge, they used to ask that only, because
definitely.
they need the people who have that knowledge.
Yes. So this is very important thing that mentioned by Surya, and even most of my videos I've mentioned the same too. That please don't mention any extra stuff. Just mention only those things in your resume you are confident about, you are clear about. Just for filling up the spaces in your resume, you are mentioning extra thing, extra stuff. So obviously that is not relevant. If you are mentioning is, then obviously you can expect it. Definitely questions will be asked from you from that particular thing or technology that you have mentioned. If you don't know about it, then definitely it will put a bad impression on the interviewer, and it can lead to your rejection as well. So obviously we should not do this. So in technical interview, like what kind of questions were asked, like related from the programming languages, oops, projects, what were asked at the point?
as you asked for me that what kind of questions for the technical round they asked, yeah, plenty of questions are they asked in the me what I have made a note in the my resume. They asked me about what is data, what is object, and some kind of questions. I can able to explain because as I got the knowledge about that field, but two or three questions I was not able to answer them because I'm not aware of that. And what I said, no, sir, I'm not aware of that question. I'm sorry for that. And likewise, this is the way they responded to that question. They skipped the question. They used to go to the next question, and the experience was good. And they know that a non-CS person have this
Definitely.
much of knowledge. Yeah.
Okay. So yes, I totally agree with you on that point. See, basic knowledge you should have, and again, it's not like you should be having knowledge of everything. So if there are some questions, just one or two questions or two to three questions that you are not able to answer, that's totally fine. They're not going to reject you for this. Even like even I have appeared for many interviews, and during the time I'm not able to answer one or two questions, so I just simply say that I'm not aware. And definitely I'll check it out after the interview. And so you can mention something like this. It's just by not, if you're not able to answer one or two questions, so you will be rejected. So that's never a case. So never say something wrong. You can simply mention that you are not aware. Yeah, so this was about your technical round. And as see, again I want to specify here that for Surya it was not virtual round, because at this time the situation was kind of good. There was no COVID at a time, so it was not virtual for you, right?
Yes. I
Yes.
can say one more information also. The reduction of first round to technical round is very plenty. If we clear the first round, then nearly 85% to 90% of people can able to get their job in any company also. This was the experience for myself and to the people who are hired with my same day and who are joined now also. They used to say this kind of person. If we clear the first round, it is more easier to clear the next two round.
Okay, so definitely. So if you're able to clear the written, so that's why it is always said is somehow managed to clear the written round. And after this interview was somewhat easy. It till the time if you are not doing any kind of blunder during the time of interview. So if you are able to manage to clear the written round, and then definitely there are high chances to get selected in the companies, not just for TCS but for many companies, I would say. Yeah. So how was your HR round then? Like what sort of questions were asked during your HR round?
HR round is full of about my resume. They don't have nowadays they have a virtual mode. They used to get the data from the technical team. How was my performance? But that time it is not like that way. The same day I finished my first round, same day I finished my second round. But nowadays they have a record of first round performance, second round performance in Excel sheet or something else. I would say the resume will speaks there, the performance will speak there. I would suggest that the resume should be neat and should be true to your knowledge. This will make your performance good. And the questions what I have got there means from the resume, what was your project and what was the stage of your project, and few more questions about programming also they asked what is
Okay, so that's kind of strange that even in HR you were having some kind of technical questions.
yes,
Yeah, so
it is there
that is.
for
Mhm.
the people who are from Triple or EC or from CS background, the HR can ask more questions. And also one more thing that I can share, that if the HR from the CS background or if the HR from the background which we are from, if the HR is aeronautical background, they used to ask more questions from our department questions. If the HR from civil, the candidate who are appearing for the interview are from civil, they used to ask more questions so that they can judge the people, judge the candidate also in the past 4 years how they studied, and also in the future if we hire them, how responsible for the job they can make a note of us.
Okay, yeah, so that is also one thing that it's not just Surya is telling me. I've heard from many students that even in HR they got some technical questions. So be prepared for technical as well in during the HR as well, during the HR round itself, because maybe a case that during your HR round also you can get some technical questions. And again, so at the last, like it was kind of technical only, like some HR basic HR questions should also be
The
included, right?
basic HR, yeah, few questions. Who was your stage after 5 years? Where will be there in the next 2 years? And what was your future plan? Can you please explain agile process? Like they can ask.
Okay, so this was the basic like HR questions were included. Right. So yeah, so this was all about the interview experience. Now I would like as if we are about to end the session. So I would like to know
One more
like
thing that I can share, one more
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
they can ask some logical questions also. Some kind of logical questions mean basic human knowledge questions also HR they can ask at a certain time. You can refer in Quora or some other Google also what are the basic human knowledge or IQ test also you can see. Maybe it is something very rare, but it can ask. They can ask us. It
Okay.
can be possible. It is possible.
Okay. So yes, definitely we should be ready for any kind of scenario. So Surya, would you like to share like the last tip or any tip for our students who are watching the videos currently that how they can prepare for the Infosys and any reference material, anything that you can suggest that would be helpful for them. So yeah.
Okay, right now I don't have the names because it is past 2 years, but I can tell that there are plenty of their books, resources are there in the web and also in Telegram groups. There are plenty of Telegram groups I can see, and you can get those books in offline mode and in this hard copy. It is better. When we have a hard copy of some books, it is more better, and we have to make a note of all the formulas for before the first round, and we need to get the definitions of the technical round questions, and we have to practice some of the pseudocodes or some puzzles previously, and we have some kind of test materials or some kind of mock test are there in the YouTube. You can YouTube also is there, and the Google the websites also, many websites are there. You can practice in there. They are paid one also, they are unpaid one also. You can use the unpaid one. This is the information that wants to say, and all the best for all the watching members for the interview, and see you in the Infosys.
Okay, thank you so much, Surya. Definitely the tip that you mentioned that there are so many resources. Of course, there are. So definitely do watch them. Whatever mentioned by Surya, definitely it is going to be very helpful for you. So thank you so much, Surya, for being here on our platform and sharing your interview experience. It is going to help many students who are watching the video currently. So thank you so much, Surya. Now we are going to end the session. Thank
Yes,
you,
it's my
everyone.
pleasure. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.